This is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This video is number 9 and it's going to be a long one. On one of my videos we talked about explode. Implode. We talked about var underscore dump. We talked about variables. We talked about constants. And we also talked about for each loop. For each loop. So let's take this out. All right. An array is a special variable which holds more than one value at a time. And I think I showed you that in one of the videos for a brief time. I already showed you that there was 2 ways to start one. You can use the array command, the actual name array like this, or you can use the square brackets like that. I use both of them. In PHP there are about 3 types of arrays. You have your index array, which talks about which I talked in one of our videos. Those are arrays with a numeric index, like the ones by itself. I did something like this, I think it was. Driven by index. So if you had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's how you call it. And you kind of call it like this. If you want to talk to the second one, you say like this, like that. Okay, now so let's start one. Let's do dollar address equals array and we're going to put in apple, orange, bananas, if you want to see one, echo, dollar address. You want to check out that second one, orange, just put a 2. Put a 1. Semicolon. Let's save it. There you go, orange. So it goes, the second way to do it is by using the brackets. So let's take this out. Matter of fact, let's do this. We'll call it 2. Let's do a bracket and let's do another bracket. There you go. We'll do it too. So let's try 2. And there you go. Banana. 0, 1, 2. That's how you do it. Square brackets, I like it better. It's more cleaner. You can cycle through an index array by using the for each statement. We've seen that, right? So if you did, let's see, for each dollar address as dollar ADD, you can print it, say print f semicolon. We're going to use the formatting print. We saw that already, right? Where it uses the placeholder. We'll just say this % because those are strings. Let's do this. And then we're going to put in the actual dollar ADD. Let's do this, save it. There you go. The percentage, this guy right here, is a placeholder for string. Remember we talked about the %D, the % It's just to format it. You can change an element on the fly too. So if you was like, right here, you could say dollar address. Let's change the orange one. Say 1. And let's add cherry. Then you want to run this again just to see. There you go. It changed the second one cherry. Remember, it's 0 index, 0, 1, 2. It changed the. See, you can do this on the fly. You can even use the is underscore string to check things out. So let's try that. So let's go to if is underscore a string. It's trying to say, hey, is this a string? That's what that is. We're going to put 0 there. Let's move one little space over. So this is string. Would be, sorry, dollar is string. Now it is blue. See, that's part of that. This one is part of this one. So if you hit this, it underlines the other. So you know that this parenthesis belongs to this guy. That's good. I like that. All right, so we go like this. I'm going to echo out. Echo. This is a string. Then we're going to say else, in case it's not a string. See how simple this is? Condition goes one way, go to another branch, go to, I'm going to talk about the if else more later on. Let's see, no, it knows that it's a string. See, it is a string. So if we change, which one is it? 0. Let's change it to 24. Wait a minute. Oh. It's not a string. So let's put it back. It's pretty good, right? The second array is called an associative array. That's when you use these kind of, let's take this whole thing out. Let's keep these guys. The associative array uses this symbol. So you put in your key in your value. It's kind of like that. Simple as that. That's all it is. So if you want to, let's change it. Let's do, let's say street. And we're going to call this Adam Street. Or just keep it like this. See? This is the first one. This will be the second one. So we're going to say how about a city? City. And let's make this New York City. New York City. Let's take those banana crap out of there. So you got 1 and 2. Okay. And and to read them, you need to do, let's take this out. To read them, it's the same way, the for each, because remember the for each is used to loop through an array. So remember the array, you called it address, right? This one, you called it address. So you go like this. Let's put that bracket thing here. You're going to say, this is the array I want you to talk about, and I want to as, we're going to call it, I don't know. We're going to say that this is a K for key, because remember, we're dealing with this guy. Before we just said dollar, whatever the name it is, and that's it. But we're dealing with this, a key. You also have to mention it in your for loop, for each loop. So you would say dollar v, you can name it anything you want really. Okay, we're going to do this. And then we're going to come here, we're going to say, hey, we're going to use the printf again. And we're going to say percent %s equals percent %s. And we're going to do this. Mustn't forget this part. So we're going to say this one, they're both strings anyway, right? So we're going to say dollar $K. We're going to use it because it's longer. I forgot to set a little longer one, but it is dollar $K, dollar $V. Then you print. What does it say there? It says here syntax error. Did I misspell this? For each dollar as, oh, mustn't forget. There you go. Street and city. See, it reads this, and it says street and city, and it gives you the other one. There's only two anyway. It gives you the street, and then it gives you the city. Street and city with the values because of this. There is a way to print your key and value for each array element. Let's talk about sorting. Right, this is the way to do the key and the value. Key and value. Even though it says KV, I could have named this anything, but it's always the key and the value. This is the key and the value, because you can call this guy. You could go like this. Echo, and just say 0. Ooh. Before we do that, and we're going to say street. See? Street, Adam Street, Adam Street. See? You take the keys, you can call it up with the keys. Let's talk about sorting an array. Now this is a little tricky. There are several sorting functions that will help you sort your array. I normally create my own sort. I got like a bubble sort. I like doing my own thing, but PHP has the function to use, so maybe you should use that, and sort is one of them. So how about if we take this out and then say sort. That's it right there, sort. So let's do one. Let's do cars, because this I always see. Cars equals, we'll do the bracket thing. I'm going to say Volvo. I like the Japanese stuff. I like the Subaru. I like the WRX. Fantastic cars, especially that new GT. Toyota. There you go. Then you want to sort this guy, right? So you could say sort. Oh, further. Let me do the for each. This will give me also. It's almost like the same thing as the for loop. It's the same thing as the for each, but this is the for loop. So we're going to say for. We're going to talk more about these fors and the loops and stuff later on. So we're going to say $x equals to 0. Remember how you can default the thing, right? Then what happens is you initializing it to 0, right? Then you comparing it. You're going to say is x greater than 3, semicolon. And remember before, you can increase the value by using the two double. Let me show you. X plus plus. See that? That will do it for you. It's telling you, hey, make this a 0. I want you to compare it, and on the next one, add 1 to this. It'll be now, what is it? 1. Is 1 greater than? No, then it does this thing. Then it does whatever's inside the bracket. So right now we're going to dollar car. Is that what I called it? Cars. And then we're going to say $x. So you're going to put that information inside because you want to see you want it for it to loop to 0. I guess, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3. You'll see all of them. So we could do this if you want, just to give it. So we're gonna loop through this whole thing, right? So let's see. Oh, Volvo, and because remember, Volvo was the first one. Then you got your BMW and you got your Toyota, right? But if I put this command, sort the dollar cars, let's put this. If you sort it and then you print it out, you're going to see what I'm talking about. See, you sort it for you, B, T, and the W. Then you can reverse the sort too. You can reverse it. So right now, if you do this, you gotta put an R in front of it. It's like R sort. See, PHP use function names like close to what it's going to do, right? This is good. Like first you got the sort, then you got the R sort because you're gonna reverse that sort. So if you go like this, boom, it reversed it. Good stuff. I'm telling you, man. PHP is fantastic and it's great when you connect to a database and read that data, man. It is so great. I love it. Before I used to use ASP with Microsoft, man, it was okay. It was a little complicated. And then they redid that whole thing. And after that, I was just like, I can't do it no more. I can't. Plus, I don't like Microsoft. Microsoft is a piece of crap. It's a piece of crap. Now let's look at the sorting of the associated array, which means that we're going to sort it by, not by the index, but by the keys. So maybe we could do this. Let's call this, let's do something different. Let's say Peter. Peter Pucker, Pekka Pika Pucker. And we're going to do this, and he's 35 years old. Don't forget this one, that's an associated array. Then we're going to do the next one would be Ben. And he's, I don't know, 37. He's 37 years old. And then you got Joe. And of course, don't forget the associated array. And he's 43. All right, let's see. We got this one, we got that one, we got this one. I'm going to save this. Now we're going to do the A sort. That means it's sorting by the associated, which is this stuff, the actual key. So we do age. This is more appropriate. Let's see. Let's do age here. Right? And then for each of these things, we could say for each $age as dollar. My refrigerator is going crazy. Name, I guess we'll call it. And age, $age. Remember, we could call it anything you want. Remember I told you that? That's a good one. Alright, let's see. It's going nuts. Huh. Last night, man, I got woken up by it. So let's say, hey, there you go again. Key. Let's concatenate that thing. We're gonna say $name because that's what we called it, right? Let's put a little space there. Then we're gonna say this one. We're gonna say value equals, and we're gonna add another one, and we're gonna call it $age. I think I spelled this wrong. Dollar, where are you? Age. Semicolon. Let's do a little space. Give it a line break. We'll jump it twice. How about that? So right now we got Peter. He's 35. Blah, 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 blah. Then you got your A sort. And then you got this. Okay. There you go. See? Because it's going to sort it normally. Peter, Ben, right? And you're going to do Joe. But if you want to reverse the sort, Remember before we said sort and you put the R in front of it? In this case, you're putting the R between it. You say R sort A because this is this, and I want you to R sort this name. That's what it's saying. Excuse me, dudes. See? Joe, Ben, Peter. Let's keep going and use the case sort. This one is going to be like, let's sort it by the key. So let's use the regular K, right? We're going to sort it by these things. Did I spell that? This is age, I got the age, and then yeah, it's the same thing. We can always, we'll do this. Should we use, yeah, that's okay. There you go. 37, 43, and 30. Wait a minute, what happened here? Something did not go right. The case sort A, age, oh, this is the case sort age, key equals to the dollar name, value to the dollar. You whack with the stupid thing now to sort here. Oh, okay, so it just does the normal, and then if you reverse it, oh no, the reverse cannot go there. The reverse goes inside. And then you can reverse it. See? All right. Just put in the R between the A and then the S. That would do it. So that's okay. That's a good one anyway. So there's also a function called uSort. That returns a Boolean true if the sort was a success or if it failed. You can use this function to sort an array. This function assigns new keys to your array. So if I kind of did, should we do it completely different? Should we keep, let me see, Peter. Let's keep Peter. Let's keep that Joe. And let's put something in front of this. Let's put the function. Let's put a function. Let's put a function, my func $A, $B. And then what you do is you can use this to remember the return statement. Now we're going to say $A because we do, oops, $A and let's say smaller than $B. How about that? Because we're using it over here, $B. Right? And then you're going to put a question mark and you're going to do either that one. Remember the itinerary operator? That's what that is. What it does, it takes your value and then it gives you two choices. True, the first one, false, the second one. So if you say like something like this, colon, and then you put a 1, then you say, don't forget this thing. Now we got this one. Let's take this out. Matter of fact, let's do the U thing. U. Right? And you sort, you're gonna say age, and then you're gonna call this guy. So you're gonna take this information and you're gonna put it in here. You're gonna call him. So that's a callable. That's a callback function. My func. We talked about the callbacks, right? Let's put a space here. It's too many. Okay. And then let's do the pre. Let's do a pre. Let's see. I want to, so we can see it better. Remember the pre statement? we can echo, let's say echo the pre-format. What the hell? Sounded like shooting. And then you're going to print. No, we don't need to do that. We could, but we don't need to. We could say print R $age, and let's close it up. Let's close the pre HTML tag. There you go. So let's see, we got this function that's going to take two arguments. In this situation, the useSort is going to take this age, right, which happens to be this information. So backwards, the other ones has always been like the function, then the value, and this one is the actual value and the function. So you're going to take this information, this array with all this information in there. This is an associated array because you have this symbol. You got your key, and this is your value, right? And then you're going to call this function, and this is going to pass this information to A and B, and of course you're going to process it and return. So what I did here is I did the print because I want to pre-format. I want to see it in a better way. And then you say print the R, the age, because it prints out the array. Remember that? And then close it up again. That should work. Boom, there you go. 35, 37, 43. That's a good stuff, man. You can also, you know, change this. Like right now you got 35, 35. So if I take this and make this into a greater than, then it reverses it. See? 43, 37, 35. That's a good way. I like this way too. It's a good way. Then you could read multi-dimensional arrays. So these types of array contains one or more arrays within it. It is useful and you will use it, and it is easy to read the elements. So like if I had, I wish I didn't get rid of the old car thing. That would have been great, but that's okay. We're gonna say car equals, let's do the array. I'm gonna use this one next first. Then within this array, we're gonna add other arrays. Let's move it down. We're gonna say array underscore, we're gonna say Volvo, how do you spell that? Volvo, we're gonna do regular indexing, 22, 8, 10, let's, yeah, 10 is cool. And then we're gonna say that's one, right? That's one array. Now we're gonna put a question. Remember how you do, this is how you separate the values in the array. You gotta put that comma there, right? So let's copy this whole thing so I don't have to type it in. And let's do another, let's do another one and get rid of that one. Get rid of this one. Well, we can't keep it the same names. Let's do BMW. I don't know, 17, 23, I don't know, 5. Let's do a 2. Let's put a space there and make it readable. 17 and 15 or 14, who cares? So now you have the array that has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has four arrays inside. Those arrays are considered values within this array. Listen, you can get the data by using the for loop statement, which by the way is also called functions, right? Everything is it's a function. We will talk about the for loop in the detail later, but now the for loop function is going to loop through this block of code a number of times just to give you this information. So let's say we did for $road equals to $0 $road. Let's see, is either less than 2. That's how you kind of started. And then you got your $road plus plus. Every time it prints out that first one, it adds that 1 to it. And then, of course, don't forget your curly braces. That's what all that information is. That's your little block. Now, within that block, we're going to add another 4 because when you read that first one, which is this one, then you have to go through these guys. So that's why you got to do another block. We're going to call it columns. So we're going to say dollar column, and that will be equal to 0. Same thing. Then you're going to say dollar column is less than 3 because it's 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to say, hey, dollar column. I want you to add, boom, boom. Then you're going to add your block with the curly block braces. That's all your information, all your commands, everything. It's the block. Then you're going to say dollar car. Did I call this car? Sure did. Then I say dollar row, right? Because it's going to do the first one. Then it's going to do dollar. First you got a dollar colon. Where is it? See how you did this? See how I did this? I said this is the car, this is the row, and this is the actual column of it. Right? You can also do like let's see. Let me see. We got this. We got this. We got that. Let's try if we can do this without. There you go. Damn it. Anyway, there we go. So you got your available, which is 2210. You got your BMW, which is 1723. Why you only did 2 of them? That's okay. I could have just did 4. Let's put 4. There you go, all of them. So let's put it. Let's bring it back to 3 because see this one. It gave you. Let's do a. Let me see. This is your for each. That's your. To see how you do this, and you kind of see that little. Let's take this one out, and I want to add like spaces. So I could say BR you can be BRB. See, you could do this, and then within there, because you don't want to print out like, so you can just say if dollar column is greater than or equal to a 4. Then you need curly braces because you want to do something here, right? You're going to say echo. This is only if you were able to print out that the actual, that last, but in this situation, didn't have to. But I'm going to put it up anyway. I'm going to say else. This is in case somebody was asking me, oh, what happens when you got the question? Comes up with the, so this is just another way to take out, to add. Let me see. We're going to say, semi? Okay. All right. So if I ran this, hopefully I got this right. We got if, then You got this, you got this, and you got that. There you go. That's kind of cool. But then the last one still gave me the question mark. Well, there's got to be a way of fixing that. If I did this, you gave me a question mark. Beat it up, beat it up, boo doo. Let me see something. Let's put this. Just want to see. Oh yeah, that's the 2 too. So we do the 4. That's all right. There's a way of doing that too. To get rid of that last one, the last. I thought this was the best way to do it. If you did, if it's greater than. Let me see. This is interesting. Oh no, of course not. This added that, it added this, gave me this, then it told me to do this. Yeah, what happens if you put this in there? That would be kind of cool. No, it wouldn't did not work. If the dollar count, well, I don't know, I'm stumped. I am completely stumped. Why would it print out that last one? 1, 2, and 3. So if you say column 1, this is greater than this, show is, you're going to print out this. Maybe it's the other way around. That's a good one. No way this could work. Alright, that's the one. So we know that this needs to be the space, and this needs to, because you want to add this. If it's greater or equal to 2, 4, add this. If it's no, I put it all. You put it on all of them. Well, I'm stumped. That should have worked. I'll tell you what, I'm going to work on that, and then I'm going to let you go, because I want to keep going. Because there's these people that come in and they make these noise, and it kind of kills my videos. So basically that's what that is. You can print out your stuff, and it'll give you the question mark. The last one should have been done, but you know something, on the next one I'll give you the results once I worked on it, because for some reason this should have done it. Anyway, well, we reached the end of the video, and if you enjoyed this video and you learn about arrays, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. This will help grow my channel. Well, that's all for it. Until next time, a good night.